Rabotai, we've been speaking about some of the halachot of Chazara, of returning a pot of food to the heat source on Shabbat. Now, with regards to crock pots, they're very popular in Am Yisrael, especially for cholents. So, the usage of a crock pot to begin with is another discussion among the poskim. Maran Zichrono Livracha writes in Chazon Ovadia Shabbat Chelek Aleph that using a crock pot is permissible for Shabbat, and it's not a problem of hatmana for several reasons, especially since it's usually used for cholent, which is for Shabbat morning. Over there's much less of a problem of hatmana and shehiyah and other issues. But let's talk about another thing. If sometimes what happens is a person will take out the crock, which means the pot where the cholent is, from the base and take it out to serve, and after he's done, he wants to return it to the base of the crock pot on Shabbat. Is that mutar or asur? So we have to first say that although the base of the crock pot, you don't really see the fire, you don't see the coils, you don't see the heat source, nevertheless, this is a regular method of cooking during the week. Crock pots weren't created for Jews. They were created for goyim. Many people during the week, when they don't have time to cook a meal, they put all the ingredients in the crock pot before they go to work in the morning, and they come back home at night and they have dinner. So over there, it's considered, since it's a regular method of cooking during the week, the base of the crock pot is considered an open flame, which means that in order to even start thinking about Chazara, you have to make it garuf v'katum, which means you have to cover it. How do you cover the base of the crock pot? Either you have to outfit it with its own blech, which means you make a custom-made metal sheet, aluminum sheet, to put on the bottom of the base. That's one way. Or another way is that you can line the base with a few foil, or with a few sheets of aluminum foil, or if it's one sheet but it's heavy duty, you can fold it over a bunch of times and make that, once you cover it like that, so that already makes a hekir, that makes it noticeable that something's different here. Plus, it also serves to somewhat minimize the heat of the base of the crock pot, in which case, over there that'll be considered a blech, and then it'll be, now with all of the other tanaim, according to Maran especially, since a cholent, many times a cholent must be considered a liquid food because it has a significant amount of liquid. Many times it's swimming in there, so over there, many times the cholent will have to be considered liquid, and it'll still have to be atzoleded bo. You can't have put it on the ground, and all of the other conditions that we spoke about Chazara. But first and foremost, you have to make sure that you blecht out the base of the crock pot. Otherwise, you have to make sure not to take it out. Or once you take it out, you don't put it back in. Or you can serve from the inside. That's a different story altogether. Maybe we'll speak about it at a different time. But according to Sfaradim, once it's fully cooked, you may perfectly serve from the inside out without taking out the crock pot. Ashkenazim are more machmir. But according to Maran HaShulchan Aruch, it's permissible to serve from the inside without taking out the inner pot. Yom Tov.